Hey Skyfarers, and welcome to Aethercast, a Kharadron Overlords podcast. I'm Lee, the Arcanet Admiral, and joining me today is Alexander Cron.
Hey.
I've got a special show for everyone today because we are celebrating 3 years of Kharadron Overlords. Woohoo!
Yep, 3 years of Sky Dwarves in the Mortal Realms.
Yep.
It's been a bumpy ride.
A very bumpy ride. And it's also a special show because we have cameras. Way, sort of a good thing, maybe.
The Hobby Hobo suggested we should do this, and then he bailed out on us. So I'm seeing this is one giant elaborate prank, really.
Yeah. Max Bauman says hello. Hi, Max. Thanks for joining us. He says nice to finally see my face. Oh, dear.
What basically, before we start on the history tour, what have you been up to? Staying at home a lot?
Yeah. I've been doing some painting, but mostly painting garden furniture. Unfortunately. But I just finished off my gun hauler and done my first 5 thunderers, which I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a good thing. It's a bit of a shame. It's taken me 3 years to finally do them, but you know.
Yeah, I've here you're having troubles with
painting
choosing which loadout and which paint scheme to go with them.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why I haven't done them till now, because there's always been a bit of a problem choosing whether to go with rifles or special weapons. And it's not really much easier now.
Well, it's harder now. Yeah, now I mean I'm actually starting to like the special weapons.
Yeah, and also because they added the new bit of lore about the Black Marines, or whatever they're called, with the black armor and stuff. I kind of want to paint that up. I think that sounds pretty cool. But I've already painted some that don't have that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've gone to the effort of magnetizing some of the ones I haven't painted. So yeah, it's a bit. The whole point of magnetizing them is so I don't have to buy so many models. But if I buy more just to do a different color scheme, that defeats that point.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, just buy 40 of them. Just every Thunderer. Get a squad for every kind of situation. Yeah. They're good. They're real good.
The chat agrees. The chat says the easier answer is both and buy more plastic. So there we go.
It's always buy more plastic.
Then the next question is, do you just buy them or do you start collecting sets?
Because you're going to need the gun haulers anyway.
Yeah. I've only got 3 gun haulers now, so do I need more?
I mean, I think you can field like 12 of these things in one list.
Well, there is a guy that's doing that, so...
I think you need to be that guy.
Yeah. Anyway, how about you? Have you been modeling and stuff?
A bit. Well, you'd think I'd be able to stay home, but Dad gotta go out for work still. So, but I've got a Night Vexilla that I'm painting up. Because I got a list idea with you get 2 ironclads and an ordinator, and you teleport the ironclads, and you teleport the ordinator with the Vexilla, and then you got 2 ironclads hitting on 2s with all their guns, and just...
Yeah, I did try that once, a while back, obviously, before the lockdown. It was okay. Yeah. It worked quite well. I mean, I won the game, so that's a good sign.
I mean, that's what you need, right?
Yeah. What else was I doing? I also had when I tried it, because you can't put much else in, because you've got a lot of points. So I think I had just 3 units of Arcanauts, 2 chemists, and a gun hauler. Because the idea was the gun hauler would go around as well, also get the buff, and then I was Zilfin, so one ironclad had the last word, And the other one had the other one had something.
And what I'm going to do is I want to put Thunderers in these things because Thunder is just more firepower. So you go with Barakar's no.
Baz?
Baz? Yeah.
No, so they're battle line?
The one where Thunder is a battle line, yeah.
No.
No, Barak Nah, yeah. So you go Barak Nah, and it was one chemist, the minimum Thunder units, and 2 Ironclads. And is it competitive? Is it going to win you the top tables? No, but it was fun. It was just have 2 boats in your face, hitting on 2s. Just the shock value was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to work against a lot of people. It'll be fun to play, having 2 Ironclads running around. Be interesting to see if you can fit in 3. That'd be really
3 Ironclads.
Don't do it.
Maybe they won't have an Ordinator with them. That's for sure. But you could. It's not about winning. It's about sending a message.
Yeah. It worked quite well when I tried it. It was certainly good for shooting heroes. What I found was, because I was playing against my mates, Iron Jaws, or Big War, I think it was technically, and a 3+ ignore rend Maw Crusher is still quite hard to kill, no matter how whether you use or not. It's because it's not about the efficiency of your shots. It's about your shots don't go through. Killed it in the end. It charged me and killed my bombs.
Nice. Yeah, mortal wounds will get through it.
Yeah.
Speaking of sending a message, though, you see the new giants?
Yes.
That apparently can be allied by everybody.
Yep.
So, here's what you do: you take some Barak Thring, Kharadron Overlords, with a Hell Cannon as your Dwarden unit. Take the Ghul mercenaries and your giant as allies, and now you've got your army with your order, your chaos, your destruction, and your death. One package.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to work because mercenaries and allies come out the same points, and they're going to be expensive.
Do mercenaries take up ally points? Mercenaries don't take up ally points, do they?
Yeah, they do. I think. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
All right.
But
fine.
If they're cheap enough, it'll work.
Because you can take the Ghoul King. The Ghoul Mercenary pack is just a Ghoul King, isn't it? It's just the aberrant Ghoul King.
Yeah, I don't think you need anything else. I think it is just him. So if their guardians are cheap enough, then it might work.
So stupid. So stupid. Don't ever try this.
Oh, what do you think of the conversion opportunities and stuff like that?
Oh, I mean, I saw your suggestion.
Well, I've got several suggestions. So the first thing you can do is just have it holding a ship, like by the wing or something, or by the rudder, and it's just like a giant flight stand. Which would be
sturdier than our pins.
Yeah, exactly. Flight stands are an issue, so this is a good way of fixing it.
Yeah. So I guess you could have a giant with like a mind control helmet on him. Make it like the Kharadron Overlord like that. I mean, I base my Kharadrons off of the Enclave, so you've got that kind of like you can treat the giant like a Death Claw and put a mind control helmet on him, send him out into the enemy. See what happens.
I mean, I'm just assuming that if you give him enough beer, he'll join in. But I was thinking, like, could you do something where he's like just holding a lots of like Endrins as balloons, and then like, can they take artifacts? Do you think? Oh, they won't be able to if they're allies, but like that would be a good way of saying that's why he has Thermal Rider Cloak, because he's got lots of helium balloons.
I mean, you could do it in a giant list.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I mean, someone in the KO chat suggested that you could cut a hole in a boat and he could be wearing the boat like a costume, like he's like this, like just surrounded by the boat. I mean, I'm not sure I want to cut a hole in a boat, but
I feel like you could. Like, okay, if you've got a boat to ruin, you could cut the whole boat up and kind of fashion like a suit of armor made out of frigate parts.
yeah. So someone suggested like an Endrin, a balloon would make a good hat, like a helmet.
Mind control helmet.
Yes, exactly. I don't know. I mean, you could maybe just tuck it under an arm, maybe like
Yeah.
a ship tucked under the arm. I don't know.
I mean, there is the giant with the cannon stick.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, there's one of the cannons is not cannons. One of the like clubs is made up of like a few different guns barrels, isn't it?
Yeah.
And one of them's an Iron Drake cannon. So which is it looks like maybe you might have to drill it out, but you might be able to put a flight stand in it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's giants. I think they're cool. They're going to be interesting. I don't see them being super competitive, but who knows? We have no clue of what the rules are.
No, exactly. I've heard a rumor they can move objectives.
Move objectives, really?
Yes, so they pick them up and throw them, apparently.
Okay. That would change a lot. Like some of those missions, like focal points. If you were to move those objectives around, would really change the game.
Yeah, because you have to remember which one is which for like the point scoring.
Which one's the center one?
Yeah.
And which one's the two outer edge? How do I do
Yeah.
Because how do I do this? Yes. I think my camera's mirrored. Anyway.
Because they go in a randomized direction apparently as well.
Alright. So you can't even control it.
No. But I don't know, I mean in KO that might actually work because depending when it happens, if it's before the movement phase, then like say if it's like a hero phase ability, then you could just fly high the ship to wherever you throw it.
Yeah. Well, we've got the maneuver ability. No matter where the objective is, we can get there.
So I don't know, but it might. I don't know. It might be like a shooting phase type thing. You know.
Yeah.
Like you pick it up and then you can actually kill models by throwing the objective at them.
That'd be cool. If it actually did damage.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know whether that rumor's actually got any weight to it or not. Whether it's just, I don't know, smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Is there any other news before we dive into things?
So we've just there's been the reveals.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about the elves, but there's not really anything to talk about the elves because they're elves, and who cares?
Cow elves.
They're not dwarves. We can't do anything with them. Yeah, the cow helmets.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on them to be honest. So
they're not stunties. They're not dwarves.
Someone for the chat says in Scorched Earth, would an objective be in the enemy territory if it's been thrown out of that territory?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of different rules like that.
Yeah.
They're going to need to put up. There's going to be some kind of FAQ.
Yeah. Oh, and in duality death, like if you move off an objective, you lose control of it. But if the objective moves off of you, do you still control
it? I mean, that's the same
as teleporting.
As the teleport, like you walk up to the objective, then you teleport out, and you still got the objective, even though you're half, like 48 inches away. Rules were not meant to be bent this way.
I don't know. I mean, until we know whether it's actually a rule or not, I don't think it's worth worrying about too much.
Nah.
And someone else in the chat, well, actually, same person in the chat, Huey, says next season of Warcry is Order, which could mean a KO Warband. Well, we already have one. So.
Of Warcry, though.
Oh, right, yeah, Warcry as opposed to, I get this.
Shadespire, we've got.
Yeah.
Maybe, but KO already have rules. But new models would be cool.
Yeah.
So if they're doing like an order, they had the Chaos Warbands. Now they're doing all the different Order Warbands. They've had Elves. Maybe we'll get a KO like a KO Kharadron Overlord like Scout Force Recon Company.
Yeah. Is shooting actually a thing in Warcry? I haven't actually. I bought the cards, but I haven't done anything with it.
It is. It's a little janky with how terrain and shooting interact. So I had this. I was playing against a Feck player who had the big Vargeists.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're called, the Vargeist. The ghouls with the vampire ghouls with wings.
Mm-hmm.
The big ones. Anyway.
Yeah.
I had one of those coming up, and I had an Endron rigger on a tall platform with a light skyhook, and he shot down at this thing. But because there was a piece of terrain closer to it than there was to me, even though the ghoul wasn't obscured at all, the way the terrain works, he's still got a cover save. He's still got that +1 toughness for having cover.
Yeah.
Which was.
Yeah, I mean, you can have that in normal AOS as well, can't you, with the blockade, whatever it's called, rules.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
For like Azerite ruins and stuff. I mean, I've had that before, where you're sort of to the side of the ruins, because the ruins are still...
within 3 inches, yeah.
It just ends up being a bit unrealistic sometimes.
Kind of.
Yeah, but... I don't know.
But yeah.
I mean, I would really love to see some like thunderers with circular saws and that sort of thing. Big drills.
A combat.
Combat
a combat foot unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. With just like all special weapons as well. I don't know. Like one of those like
special weapons, like a boarding team.
Yeah, like a big like jackhammer thing and like a circular saw, maybe like a claw thing. That's like lifting stuff up. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a salvage team or something.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, well, let's see.
They can have a crane that can pick up objectives and move it.
Hey, that can be our terrain piece.
Yeah, the crane.
Can we get one of those now? A terrain piece? I'd like a terrain piece. Or dice. Hey, dice would be also nice.
Dice would be nice. I've got some dice.
Oh yeah.
But, I'm thinking about making some Aethercast dice actually.
That'd
be quite cool. Now that we actually have a logo.
Interested?
Yeah, let us know in the chat or in the comments if you would like Aethercast dice. There might be, one person. But we have 250 subscribers now. Well, hey.
Woo!
Some pretty cool milestone.
For some reason, people are still watching us. I don't know. Look, we've got cameras now. Our technology, it's increasing. With like, this is the new.
Cameras and the logo. It doesn't get better than this.
I mean,
we even managed to fix an echo.
At this point, we just get us a deal on TV. We're going places.
Yeah, we'll just start advertising next. Or not. Right, so cast your mind back 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah. 3 years ago, 3 years and a week ago yesterday was the Warhammer community post to say that KO was going on pre-order. So a week ago yesterday was the first day that you'd actually be able to buy them properly.
So we had the reveal video before this.
Yeah.
the really cool video where they showed the boats and they looked so huge. And now pre-orders, and now I guess we bought them. Everyone's got new KO. Everyone's breaking flight stands with their ironclads. It's fantastic.
Did you jump into KO straight away?
I did not know. So they KO my first proper AOS army, but like before this, I was using Tomb Kings I had left over from Fantasy and kind of some demons I had from 40k. But I think this was after points. So we had started playing the game a little bit in the store, but it was still very much a 40k store back then. Nowadays it's a Lord of the Rings specialist games kind of store. Well, I don't know, we've gone all over the place. But
well, there's a lot of people at my local store that play Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But
I've got my Harad up.
Quite popular.
I like the Middle Eastern kind of, and you get camel riders and you get the elephant. They're cool. But yeah, anyway, 3 years ago, did you start KO when they first came out?
Sort of. So before KO existed, I didn't even play Age of Sigmar. So I played 40k when I was a kid, and some friends were getting into Age of Sigmar with, I think it's called Thunder and Blood box set.
Right, yeah.
I think that was announced at the same, is it Gamma? Or something at the same whatever it was, like toy event, toy fair, whatever it was. I think it was announced at the same one, so it came out around about the same time. And so I thought I could get into this because, I'd done 40k when I was younger and stuff. I think I probably went into my local Warhammer shop. Probably wouldn't have been that long after KO come out, like 2 weeks later, maybe sort of mid-May at the latest. And I was like, oh, these guys have guns. That sounds pretty good.
I'm going to go play a fantasy game. Yeah. Oh, look. Dwarves with guns.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
This is my kind of fantasy.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, like, if they ran at me with swords, I can just shoot them. That's going to be great, isn't it? There's like a scene in one Indiana Jones where he's like, that guy's like twirling the swords around. He just pulls out his gun and shoots him. And I thought that was going to be me.
We're taking the gun to the knife fight.
Yeah.
Well, so back when the original book dropped, my God, that was we were actually overpowered.
Yeah.
Like there was some. This was back in AOS 1. You didn't have negatives for shooting characters. Although there weren't as many, like there was no such thing as command points or endless spells. And yeah, our book had some broken combos.
Yeah.
This was before the big Thunderer change, before any of the nerfs. Back then, I think you could even chemist buffs were stackable.
Yeah.
So there was the possibility you had to buy about 10, 20 Thunderer boxes to do it, but you could have a unit of 20 Thunderers with mortars at 36-inch range, and then have a chemist, and then have surrounded by 3 chemists. This squad could put out 4 shots per model at 36-inch range, just target and just take out any enemy before they got anywhere near you, because there was a lot less teleporting as well. So
yeah, so that was the first thing I remembered was I joined the Facebook group, and obviously wasn't an admin back then, and obviously I didn't know much about Age of Sigmar back then because I was new and I was trying to get into things, and people were debating the different Thunderer guns because obviously you could take pretty much any combination you wanted, and you could have all 5 of the same one if you wanted. And people were talking about how to get them without spending a ton of money on buying multiple kits, and someone had done like a spreadsheet to work out which ones were the best.
Yeah, I mean, the cannons would have been really good because the 20 cannons haven't changed much from now. It's the one shot, 12 inches, hits on 4s, wounds on 2s, neg 2 damage D3. You get 20 of those coming out of an ironclad that just teleported with the Zilfin, or even moved up with the Zilfin, the free move.
Yeah.
Move the boat up, get 20 Thunderers out, and they're 3 chemists, and just mow them down.
Yeah, that was pretty much going to be my plan after I saw that spreadsheet. I was like, oh, well, cannons are good. They don't have the range, but you can solve that, and they're much stronger than the mortars.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to stop you having
2 squads.
Yeah, 1 out of 2 squads has some mortars in the back. Yeah, so I then found a Dwarden Facebook group, and anyone got any Iron Dread cannons? Found someone that had 10. So I got
just make them out of that.
Yeah, got them for like a 5 or something. But there we go.
Wow.
And then I don't know what was that. What happened was a month later, the GHB come out.
The nerf set. Yeah, Thunderers got overhauled completely.
Mm-hmm.
And the only War Scroll to get a full update, and I think still in any GHB, they had the new War Scroll printed in the GHBs and saying like, right, you're going to use this, which basically killed all the special weapons. Gave them a little bonus for having the mortar shoot, then the volley, the deck sweeper, and then the cannon. But other than that, it was basically chuck all your weapons out, put rifles in.
Yeah. Or just put them on the shelf, so I did. On the shelf. Stuck to ribbons. But it was, I don't know, I mean, it was the first time I'd even bought a GHB, and I think the first thing I did was skip to the points changes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right, Thunderers aren't going up. And then I went further. Then I got to the back of the points changes. It's like, oh yeah, there's this thing. That's not great.
Why did we get singled out?
Yeah.
Back then, it was necessary.
Yeah, I mean this was about August, I think, wasn't it? And then so the FAQ come out basically alongside.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that was basically going on alongside the Thunderers was the eternal struggle between Endrinriggers and Sky Wardens.
Yeah. The two big debates of KO. Endrinriggers and Sky Wardens, and what weapons to use on Thunderers. Yeah.
So they started out as being, I think they were both 100. So Endriggers were 120 always. Sky Wardens, I think, were 100.
Mm-hmm.
Then the first GHB, or the 2017, changed the riggers, the Wardens, to be also 120. So I bought.
No, that wasn't in 2017.
Oh, that was later.
It was 2018, I think. Or actually, yeah, 2018 it was.
All right. So we don't need to talk about that yet.
But they did FAQ grapnel launchers. I think it's the first attempt of FAQing them. I can't remember exactly what they changed, but I don't think it had a massive effect on them.
I know the first FAQ that came out changed a lot of damage 3 guns became damage D3 guns.
Yeah.
That really hurt the long range Endrinrigger combo. Because all the skyhooks and the drill cannon, they were all damage 3.
Yeah.
Or on the gun hauler, you could have you could take the cannon, which did D6 damage, or you could take the drill cannon, which did a solid 3, and had extra rend. So there was actually a discussion. It's more reliable. It's probably going to get the hit through. It's not going to do 6 damage, but it's also not going to do 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another thing to note, gun haulers started at 220 points. What were they thinking? When is that worth 220 points?
Yeah, because frigates were 280 back then.
Yep.
Ironclads were 440. Brock was, God knows what Brock was. Brock was 1,000,000 points. He might as well have been 1,000,000.
When KO first came out, they had some very powerful rules if you went to the extremes of unit building, and their points were very expensive. Very small elite army.
Yeah.
But it worked. So I came into KO before GHB 17.
Yeah, same here.
Kind of during this. I got it off a Facebook post. So I saw the release and really liked the army, but wasn't looking to invest that much in a new game. And then there was this Facebook post which was selling Kharadron Overlords. It was like an ironclad frigate, a bunch of Arcanauts and Thunderers and Brock, pretty much one of everything, with a couple heads missing. But when they dropped up, because it's Facebook, when they said couple heads missing, what they meant was Brock has his head and no one else.
I mean, at least he had the best head.
He does have the best head.
He got the coolest head. So
there were like 30 Arcanauts, 10 Thunderers, none of them had heads. None of the ship crew had heads. So I basically looked through my bits box, went and looked through all these different like options I had. Put a Space Marine head on, or put a guard head. All these different things I had just as options because I wanted to get these things built up and painted and use them. And I found the old Skitarii Vanguard, the domed head, and tested that, and it looked really good. Like it's this kind of, it doesn't have a beard, but it's got this like diver suit kind of feel. I thought it was really, looked like power armor from Fallout. So yeah, that's why my entire army has Skitarii heads now.
Well, at least it's unique.
Because Facebook. Don't buy stuff from Facebook without really checking what you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't bought anything from Facebook. Partially that reason. If I do, I think I might have done actually, but if I do, it's always just like new inbox or on sprue things.
Yeah, even then, there's sometimes if it's on sprue, check to see whether you're getting the bases, because a lot of the time people won't sell the bases along sprue. God knows what they use bases for, but
yeah, I don't know. People are bastards, aren't they? Or forgetful. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're forgetful.
Obviously, not our listeners. Our listeners are all fantastic people. All right, yeah. So the first FAQs.
Chemist.
What did they change?
The chemist.
The chemist wasn't able to. You couldn't stack him anymore.
Mm-hmm. Which was a fair enough change, I think.
Yeah.
But they did also put him up in points.
That's right, he did, because the chemist originally started. Pretty much everything in the KO book has gone down in points, but the chemist started at 100, and then he went to 140.
Yeah.
And then he went to 160.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went down 140 again, but
yeah. But I feel like it was a bit of an overreaction, the first 140, because they changed it so it wouldn't stack, and then the worst thing it was comboing with, they changed it as well, like the Thunderers. So, I mean, saying that, even after that, he was the go-to hero. So,
I mean, back then, that was after the Thunders got nerfed. It changed to the time of Arcanauts.
Yeah,
40 Arcanauts
and Riggers Swords.
Yeah, Another thing, so KO came out before AOS 2, and just before AOS 2 came out, they released these 4 heralds of the malign portents.
Oh yeah.
And one of the heralds, the Order Herald, was the Lord Ordinator from the Stormcast, who used to do a lot more than he does now, which was pick any Order war machine, and it can shoot twice in a turn. And the Ironclad is an Order war machine. And oh boy.
And he gave the +1 to hit as well. They just had different ranges.
Both.
Yeah, it was both +1 to hit and
shoot twice.
Yeah.
So, I know that's the combo I used to blitz the Bendigo tournament back then. The Bush Bonanza back ages ago.
Yeah.
With you have the 40 Arcanauts in the back, and you have the Ironclad and the Ordinator, and Arcanauts kill 1 unit. Ironclad drives forward, shoots twice at a unit with +1 to hit, wipes that one out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember buying a Lord Ordinator and converting him up and stuff. And was he 100 points at first, or was he always 140?
I think he was actually 100, yeah, or 120.
He was quite cheap.
He was quite cheap and did so much. I mean, yes, because your standard war machine is just a cannon, or the Stormcast Ballista, which was kind of made.
Well, that even? Yeah, that come out shortly
come
after,
out.
didn't it?
Yeah, so that wasn't out when he originally came in. When he originally came out, your Order war machine was the Ironweld Arsenal, cannons and Hellblasters, and then that one faction of dwarves who had airships.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was 100 when he first came out. Because I remember some people didn't like the idea of using him. And because actually, if you remember back, ships weren't great. Were they?
No, they weren't.
The general rule of thumb was you take one ship and fill everything else out with, depending how you want to play, either with Arcanauts or Riggers.
There was a way to get more ships. Zilfin used to be a lot different. A lot, very different, perhaps better. There was one rule that allowed a ship to move once per game. It could move in the hero phase. They can still do that in the current books. But the original way it worked was you could have this ship in your turn 1, and it moved forward in the hero phase. Then the people could get out of the ship, and then the ship and people could keep doing what they were doing. That got FAQ'd later, much later, to
that was after
not allowing that. That was after 2018.
Yeah, it was after 2.0 dropped, wasn't it? But yeah, so that was why you took your one ship, was to do that. But they weren't they didn't put out much firepower. So a lot of people, when the Ordinator came out, were saying, well, it's an expensive and it's not a great unit. And I was like, well, he's a very cheap buff. He's cheaper than a chemist.
And he effectively doubles your Ironclad, so that's...
Well, he was more than double, because he's given +1 to hit and shooting twice.
Yeah.
So, and people were saying, oh, he can't keep up and stuff, but, he could, because he could run. And the ship had a big base.
Yeah. So you're always going to be in that. Yeah. So you just had the Ordinator just full on sprinting after this giant flying airship, just yelling at it to get +1 to hit. Shoot more.
Shoot more. Be more accurate.
Wow.
But the ships aren't that fast anyway. And I don't think the movement has changed, other than the teleporting, but the actual speed, the distance they can move now is not different, is it?
So, Ironclads used to be able to only move 8 inches.
Right.
Oh, hang on. Hobby Hober might be joining us.
Cool. Well, we'll see.
In
a minute. But yeah, they were definitely 8 inches at one point, which, when you bear in mind a Lord Ordinator can move 5, and the length of the base is like 7 or 6 inches.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard to stay within.
No.
At least for a couple of turns.
And it was only within, not wholly within, which made a big difference.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling one of the buffs was wholly within, but I think the one that was wholly within had a bigger range.
Yeah.
Because
like
there was
12
always 2
inches or
buffs,
so.
and I can't remember which way around they were. But yeah, there's a lot of debate about him as well, because what the Malign Portents rule said was he could be a general.
Oh, that was right.
Even though he was an ally, and they could have artifacts even though they're allies. So it's like, well, can you give them? Can you give them riding?
I always made him the general, because I remember in the old book, the hero artifacts for Kharadron Overlords, unlike this current book, the old hero artifacts really weren't that good. The ship artifacts were great, but the things you put on your heroes were kind of, you could make them a bit more. Yeah, there was the Earbuster for the chemist. That was a fantastic artifact. Anyone who doesn't know, there was a thing you could put on the chemist's gun. If he did any wounds with that gun in the shooting phase, they would have to take an immediate bravery check, taking into account all the casualties they'd taken in that shooting phase. So you shot your units at this one horde, then the chemist shoots, and then the horde takes a battle shock test, and you couldn't use command points to affect that. You couldn't really change it. They would just take it, lose a whole bunch of people. Then at the end of the bravery check, they'd have to take another check and lose even more people. But that one could be command pointed.
Well,
it was devastating.
Also, those command abilities didn't exist for the first year.
No, so you just lost twice.
They come out when 2.0 dropped, I think, didn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, but the point you were trying to make originally was that other than the Earbuster, there wasn't great artifacts.
No, so you usually you took the Ordinator, you made him your general, you gave him a generic artifact, a toughness bonus, because at the moment the enemy saw what you were doing with him, they were going to gun for him.
Yeah, it's either that, or if you wanted the movement, you could speed him up.
Yeah. Or
go for something slightly in between like this, because Malign Portents is what brought in the realm artifacts, isn't it?
Malign Portents did no
Malign Sorcery.
No, that was Hidden Power.
Oh my god, there's so many things.
No, it was Malign Sorcery. Yeah. But this was before Malign Sorcery, before AOS 2. There were generic artifacts and such for each Grand Allegiance.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah, because wasn't there?
Hey.
Hi Hayden.
Hey. Sorry guys, I couldn't make it in the beginning. Oh, it's going.
That's all right. We're just waffling about AOS 1. Back in the glory days.
Yeah, we're still in. We're sort of midway through 2017, so you haven't missed much.
Before the dark times, before the FAQs.
Well, we mentioned the FAQs.
So. So what part of it are you talking about?
When the Lord Ordinator come out.
Remember that guy?
Right. Yep.
Take an ironclad, shoot it twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't painted him, but that is what it is. I've had it since then.
Well, it didn't take long for him to get changed, did it?
Pardon me?
It didn't take long for him to be changed, did it?
You mean the Lord Ordinator's ability?
Yeah.
No, it didn't take long at all.
Because he came out. I can't remember when Malign Portents come out, but he came out and then it wasn't that.
I think it was early 2018 is when Malign Portents actually came out.
When AOS 2 came out,
Yeah. Well, it was before AOS 2. because then AOS 2 come out with the new Stormcast Battle Tome and Tempest of Souls, whatever it is, I don't know. Oh, anyway, but then when we got the new Stormcast Battle Tome, that's when he changed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
well,
which come out when AOS 2 come out.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I never really used the Lord Ornator ever, like because I was just so set in my ways of using my clown cart that I didn't really see the need to replace points. To swap them out for like another chemist or whatever like that. There's no point. Yeah, but I don't know. I heard it was actually quite effective in some circles, but I never really,
It was okay. It was pretty decent. He made a nice conversion project.
Yeah.
Mine has a hammer that was made out of the sky mine from the Ironclad. It's a big hammer.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was cool.
It's on the cover of a few of our original videos. Yeah.
Yeah. Zach Ward says that he never got the earbuster to work. He took it to every game. He either shot enough that his gun was out of range, or he just whiffed. That was an issue. You did have to, because it was 10-inch range.
10-inch range, yeah.
And you drop them out 9 inches away, so.
Yeah. When your opponent, after you played your opponent a few times, they'd realize what you were doing with the earbuster and just start removing things away from the earbuster just until he was 10 inches away and just be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of
to be honest with you, like I barely even got the chance to use it, but I just had it there just in case, Yeah,
it was one of those things that when it did work, it was really powerful, but a lot of the time it didn't. Or either that, or you would just kill a unit completely, and you wouldn't need to use the earbuster.
So yeah, and then AOS 2 hit.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, huge changes. Endless spells became a thing. We couldn't access them. Neg 1 to hit heroes became a thing. That hurt.
Yeah, it did. I mean, like I never really got the chance because obviously I was my camera's all fucked up. I was all over the place with it, so I never really got the chance to really see what KO could do in AOS 2 up until now.
Yeah.
But like I pretty much almost guaranteed that. I mean, like sure. I mean, Jesus, that light. That the ability to snipe out heroes was going to be dented, but you were still seeing the same results. It's just like the sheer weight of firepower that we had back then, especially when we were at the chemists. It sort of mitigated it. I mean, like you'd still take a hero off in a turn easily, or in a single shooting phase, like easily.
Oh yeah.
But it did make it a tiny bit harder.
So we still had the AOS 2 hit. I think the Ordinator quickly got FAQ'd, but got changed. But we had the Arcanauts gun line for a long time, and boats were still. The Ironclad was still good, and the points were decreasing the whole time.
Yeah,
this was going on.
I can't remember the exact dates of when it happened, but with the GHP 2018, we had massive points drops. And I can't remember if that was exactly the same time. Was that the same time that 2.0 dropped, or slightly after?
It was just after. I think it was around the same time. It was very, very close together.
Yeah.
It was around, was it June? July 2018? Was when
I think it was one of those J months, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, because the day that it released, like Sean Tubman, he raced down to a local game store, because I live about 10 k's away from the actual town where we're based, and he raced over there. I was home alone with my son, who was, small, wee baby, and he raced over with his table and terrain and shit. We set it up on my dining table and just played a game. We just played a game. I had a Nurgle army, so we were playing that, and he was playing his daughters. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was a good time. And I was like playing the live stream in the background. That they were doing like the whole 24-hour AOS 2 stream.
Yeah.
If you remember. Yeah.
Oh, was that Warhammer Weekly was now? Was that them?
No. It was Warhammer Community. They were doing a 24-hour stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Warhammer Weekly did a 24-hour stream at one point as well, though, didn't they?
I don't remember.
So.
The Honest Wargamer just did a 12-hour stream.
Yeah.
I watched a bit of it, then I fucked
Yeah.
about for a bit.
But they've been streaming every day for like the last month.
Yeah. Rob's a fucking champ, I'll tell you that. Always dealing with our dumb shit every day. Just saying retarded stuff in his chat. Trying to get my phone to charge, just being an asshole. AOS 2 dropped. Obviously the whole game got shook up, but with KO, yeah, I mean, like, I suppose also with the advent of endless spells, things like Pendulum and shit like that, you had to be a lot more careful where you did put your Cloud Crown card, because Cloud Crown card was still the preeminent on release, so you had to be very careful about where you put your shit, or else it'd just get mowed down by a fucking Ether Void Pendulum or
the purple sun that people were trying back then.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is Asmund in the chat's mentioned is obviously the realm effects come out as well, and I think they alongside Malign Sorcery.
Yeah.
Or the realm effects come out.
They came out with Malign Sorcery.
Sorry, I'll think about later. Yeah.
Wait.
Was Malign Sorcery before or after?
It was before 2.0, I think.
It was.
It came out. Yeah.
But a lot of people adopted it at first, and a lot of those realm effects were bad for shooting.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. We're still living in fear of the Realm of Shadow. Like.
Yeah.
How'd you like all your range to be max out at 6 inches? That sounds awful.
I've never played a game or an event where the Realmscape features were actually in effect. Never done it.
Have you not?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not really hasn't really been a thing down here. Probably will be in the future.
A lot of our events in Australia use them. SAGT didn't, but like CanCon does. But they're very specific about the realms they use. So there's a lot of you pick the ones that kind of have a little bit of an effect, but there's nothing huge and game changing, like Realm of Beasts, where everyone gets a giant, or Realm of Shadow, where no one gets to shoot. It's like Realm of Life. Realm of Life's popular. Everyone likes Realm of Life.
Yeah.
You give a hero +1 wound.
Well, I think here a lot of places just adopted it straight away because it was like, well, we're going to try and use as many rules as they say, and then shortly after they realised, oh well, this has a big effect, and so they started doing the thing that you were just saying, Alex, where they pick the ones that don't have a huge amount of effect. And I think now people start realising if you're going to do that, then there's no point using them. Like if you're going to pick the ones that don't have much effect on the game, why bother using them in the first place?
Kind of, yeah.
So the chat says they're in the same week, 2.0, GHB and Malign Sorcery, all the same release day.
Yeah, huge.
That's right. Yes, because he went and he picked up ones. That's right. I remember now because he sat there, I grabbed out my clippers and my circle. And I was like, quick, build your spells so we can play with them. Yeah. Oh god, fuck.
But I remember because the Facebook group, it was like the world had ended.
Yeah.
Oh really? Wait. Yeah. Because KO was. It was like this whole new edition, and all it seems to do is screw us over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just the dark comedy of KO's existence up until now. It's just been a constant.
We started up there, and you just went, a GHB, an FAQ, oh, new edition.
Yeah.
No. Stop.
Like an extra side-on, like add-on rules book. Oh, we got down again, and even though we got points drops in that GHB, we got massive points drops. Like, because they Yeah, because they teased them. That in the articles beforehand, Warhammer community teased them and sort of said, "Oh, there's going to be massive points drops." I think the example they used was an 80 points drop for a ship.
That's right.
They said something
Yeah.
like 80 points drop for the Ironclad and similar drops on the other ships. And then what we actually got was a 60 points drop on the Ironclad and a 30 points on the frigate, and then I can't remember what we got on the gun hauler. I think that went down like 40 points.
I also remember a big part of that article where they were saying, like, so this new edition is going to be great for this army because this army is now going to get access to endless spells or these command abilities. And with KO was like, it's going to be great for KO because Stormcast are getting wizards who can have access to spells. And you can ally Stormcast. So that's why your army's good, because another army got good.
Another army's getting wizards that you can ally in, and you're going to get some points drops. But what they didn't tell us was the chemist was going up again.
Yeah. What it got up to again? Like, what was it? Like
160.
160 at one point.
That's it.
So they put it up to 160. And I think the reason was they missed the point was it was the only hero that anyone took. And they thought, oh, this guy must be overpowered. And it was no, it's because none of the other heroes did anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
And so you had to take at least one hero or a couple of heroes, because if not, you get screwed over in the hero missions. So you're like, well, I'll take him then, even if he is overcosted.
Yeah, well,
even if he's expensive.
He was just so. You go, mate.
Oh, yeah, okay. One of the changes to the heroes I was really salty about was there was an artifact that we had, right? It was the dispel thing. If you put it on so it let a hero dispel a spell. If you put it on a navigator, he could dispel a spell on 3d6 instead of just 2d6, which really gave you that anti-magic kind of play. And they pointed out in the we had a tactical section in the Kharadron Overlord book where they were like, so here's some combos you could try. One of them is if you take a navigator in Barak Nar and give him this artifact, he can dispel 3 spells.
3 spells.
On 3d6, and you're like, that sounds really good.
Was it with +1 as well? 3d6 +1 as well.
I think it was 3d6 +1.
Yeah.
And that was in the Kharadron Overlord book.
Yeah.
In the tactical article, and then they made an FAQ where they were like, cut that.
Yeah, that's too good.
It's too good.
Yeah, they're just. You're like, because I literally got to the stage where, like in mid 2018, like at least from what I could see, and we talked about this at length in previous episodes, is that the book was just almost pointless to have. Because like there was just so much shit that was changed that you couldn't literally look at your book and go, oh, cool, sweet, a drill cannon's got 3 damage. That's not right. Oh, it's go like fucking FAQ and it's like D3. It's like, it got to that stage.
I think every page would have had to have at least one post-it note, and some pages would have had multiples, or something like the margins or something.
Give me a second. I'll see if I can find a book because this will be great. Give me a second.
Oh, here we go. It's story time. Oh, he's gone. It's blue. What's going off my camera? Oh, there we go. No, it's not cleaner. But I remember going back and reading it over recently, actually, the old book. And I was like, fucking Jesus, looking through the surely I was like, oh God, what a time it was.
Yeah.
Because obviously you guys discussed that.
So what was that last bit you said?
Wait one. Huh? So my port of is fuck. Use a band to keep my headphones. Seriously, yeah. That is the hobby hobo life right there, mate. But no, but yeah, like because obviously you guys have discussed the whole Thunderer debacle thing, eh?
Yeah, we went through that. That was like the first thing we talked about.
Like one of the best memories I've got of that was like when Tom Lyons like went out and bought like I remember seeing the stack of like 10 boxes of Thunderers.
Oh,
He's like, "You're gonna have 10 mortars and shit," and I was like, "Oh, like Good thing is like when I built mine originally, I built them all with rifles because I just thought something's not right here. Something's either going to change or this is just more damage. Blah blah blah. It just made sense in my mind, which ended up to be the right decision.
Yeah.
But
well, one thing we didn't mention back then was this was before the whole sort of release schedule we have now, where they'd sort of said, right, we'll bring out a book and we'll have an FAQ 2 weeks later. They didn't do that back then. It was if the book come out, the FAQ would come out whenever it did do in the summer. And wasn't it originally just one FAQ a year? Just in the summer, just after the GHB, or with the GHB? That was originally. To be honest with you. So if it didn't get FAQ,
there it is.
All right,
you had a year basically originally.
This was the original
book.
Look at
the worn edges. Look at the worn edges. It's seen some love.
Yeah.
That's
some bags.
Sorry if I'm listening on the Podbean, but yeah, just the changes in this thing, like.
Have you got them written down?
You just put a little let me just take that 3 and put a little D next to it because that's what.
Did you change
Here's
your
points changes.
God, there it is. Oh, that's horrible.
Here's your points changes.
Oh, fuck. That is a piece of history, mate. You can't just waddle over it.
Yeah, mine. I didn't write in any of mine.
This is lived history.
It's been through CanCons.
This is the grudge book.
Yeah, good. Actually, do that. Yeah, write down the grudges. Oh God, I don't even know where mine's gone. It's gone to the wind. It's probably in my pile of books behind me.
Mine is hanging around somewhere. I was looking last night because I thought I had all the FAQs printed, the relevant ones for us anyway, for like tournaments. And I must have thrown them away fairly recently, like the old ones. But I thought I had them because I thought they might have like the dates on them and stuff. I'll work out when stuff happened. Because obviously they're not online anymore because they're not relevant. But, So. So when 2.0 came out, Facebook was a salty place. Like you would die of sodium poisoning. Like and the points drops.
God, it was bad.
The points drops did not make people feel better, especially if the camera's going up, because it wasn't even one thing that you could say, right, this is the thing that's bad. It's just a big combination of lots of little things that all hit KO quite hard.
It just seemed every time you found a new thing, it's like, oh wait, this kind of works. Let's see how that FAQ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the thing is at least from what I noticed throughout the time is that we were in a bit of a shitty spot, but KO was never shit. If you get what I mean, like KO always had a foot in the door. It just wasn't so obvious. Like I mean, we had the clown car, and we just had to find ways to adapt to the different FAQs and nerfs and whatnot. I mean, like Alex is a perfect example of this. Doing really well at CanCon with a subpar army.
It's because I guess it doesn't really. You don't really expect it, and it was for so long. Like the Kharadron Overlords was like this Wild West kind of like everyone was trying their own stuff. No one knew what was going on. Just throw shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Like the amount of people I saw taking like 3 gun haulers to competitive events. I was like, yeah, sweet, that's cool, it looks fun, but you're not going to win any games with that because KO was just pinned in to the one play style. If you're playing competitively, I mean, if you're playing for fun, fuck it. Yeah. But I mean, if you're playing competitive, then you're in the clown car, Zilfin.
Yeah.
I mean, I did switch to more now for a little while because one thing we haven't mentioned yet was when 2.0 dropped, they FAQ'd the Zilfin hero. No, not not the hero phase move, but the disembark. So disembark was changed to the beginning of the hero phase, wasn't it?
Yes,
I think that was a little later, but yeah.
It was later, but...
So people
the
didn't...
FAQ come out, wasn't it?
People didn't actually use the Zilfin teleport as much. What they found you could instead do was just have the ship in the hero phase move and run about 18 inches forward, because you always ran 6. Get your guys out. You'll actually be... get your guys out, move forward. You'll be closer with your Ender Riggers that way than you would if you were to teleport.
Yeah.
And you could be exactly where you needed to be.
I don't think the ship even ran. I don't think the ship could run. I think it even said that you couldn't. But either way, it doesn't matter, because the main thing was that you would move the ship in the hero phase and then get out afterwards. Then what they did was they changed it so that you could get out after, because you had to get out at the beginning of the hero phase. So not only
so you couldn't move and then.
So even if the FAQ wasn't at the exact same time, even if it was like a month later after 2.0 dropped, like around about the same time, you had the chemist went up, lookout server introduced, the realmscape features got introduced, the Sky Wardens at that point went up to 120 for no reason.
I heard it was. Yeah.
And then also the most common build got completely nerfed because you couldn't do the combo anymore that you always did turn 1 with with moving the ship in the hero phase and then getting out. And so people are like, well, what do we do now?
Well, I mean, it was a hard one. But I think the reason that they nerfed Skyhooks was because they just did so much. Skyhooks. Sky Wardens. The reason that they nerfed them so much was because guys were taking units of 9 and just one-shotting.
Or 12, yeah. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, or 12. Yeah, and they were just sniping shot. You're going all over the place, man.
I'm trying to figure this camera out.
It's bizarre, right? I was just doing it before.
It's got this halo of light coming from above.
It's because you're our angel.
Yeah.
But for example, I was one-shotting off Lords of Change. Like pretty much anything those guys shot at in a turn was usually dead.
Yeah.
I love the 40 Arcanauts, 12 Skyhawks with a chemist. Just...
Yeah. But yeah,
but you could
I'm surprised
because the Arcanauts you could just deploy out of range of. But the trouble with the Sky Wardens was they had a 12-inch move and then a 24-inch range shooting.
Yeah.
Which you get chemist
It was so good. Oh.
Heroes really didn't have anywhere to hide.
I remember very specifically one game where I was playing against a guy with a whole bunch of zombie dragons. And he looked at my Kharadron Overlord, like the Arcanaut Skyhawk gun line, and he put his dragons exactly 25 inches away from them. Like, because that means you can't, because you only got 24-inch range, so you can't shoot me now. And I was like, all right, I'll just take turn 1 and move forward. And his exact words were, "Oh no, I forgot dwarves have legs."
Yeah, good.
Oh dear. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I always remember movement. Oh, my screen keeps flashing purple on my video. I don't know why.
I've seen that.
I'm sorry?
Well, every now and then my camera just flashes purple, and I don't know why. I don't know.
Your phone's your camera's possessed? I don't know.
It's the first time I've ever used it, so.
Ooh, fancy. Ooh.
This is new technology where we're using FaceTime now.
I got my fancy headset, which didn't come with a bit of foam. So this is like a bit of foam that you take out from a model tray.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's working though. It's working well. It's working. Good on you. Yeah. Good old ingenuity right there.
Yeah.
Right, so what stage of the grand history of KO are we up to now?
Well, I think we pretty much covered 2.0 coming out. When did you have your massive CanCon blowout, or whatever you want to call it? Was that before 2.0? Or after?
No. Before 2.0, I won the Bendigo Bush Bash that with the Ordinator Ironclad combo. But that was CanCon 2019.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that explains why it's probably so exciting then.
I mean, so you hear about that CanCon, but before that was just like it was the age of allies. Because every new event, I was like, all right, so the Ordinator's gone. So what else are we gonna do? Knight Azeroth. He gives you reroll ones to hit. He might work, right? No.
Nah. I fell into that trap too at 20. Was it 2017 Masters? Yeah. It was 2017 Masters, and I fell into that trap, and it just didn't work out at all.
Because he just you have to be close to the enemy, and if you're close to the enemy, they've swarmed him, and he's dead.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out. So then I was like, all right, I've got the core, I've got the Arcanauts and the end and the Chemist. Like what other allies can I possibly get? Because KO weren't working by themselves; they needed something else. Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's try these Evocators, because you can get 10 for 400 points, which is the perfect limit. You can get. They've got some magic. They've got combat, and they're tough. Just put them in front of the line, and it worked. It worked really well, surprisingly well. They were dispelling spells. They actually were a wall. I always had the little 10-man Arcanaut squads in front of them. They evaporate, but the Evocators stuck, and they held the line, and they did so much damage. Which, especially just the mortal wounds pushing those mortal wounds through.
Yeah. I never really had the chance, nor did I really want to take too many allies. Like for me, it was just a thing I had this aversion to. It's not pure. Fuck off.
Well, that was a lot of reason why a lot of people didn't want to play the Ordinator. It's because they just wanted to play a pure KO.
Yeah.
And why people didn't like the suggestion of using wizards from Stormcast either from the Warhammer community, because it's like, no, we just don't want to use allies.
Yeah, for the longest time, I hated the idea. I don't want to go to another army to get wizards. I want to play Kharadron Overlords as Kharadron Overlords.
Yeah.
And I get that, but it wasn't working. There was just something really missing out of the KO book that wasn't working.
Yeah. I remember at that time, a lot of people were exploring allies. Like a lot of people, obviously we talk about like the age-old debates of like Thunder weapons and Enderburgers versus Sky Wardens, but there was another one that was very common. Was like, do I ally in warriors or Volkite berserkers or longbeards, or like what do I ally in just to like hold a point, or just to be solid? That was a common question.
One thing we saw quite a lot was the old big block of Volkite berserkers with a
Rune Smiter. Rune Smiter.
So they could teleport. And sling shield the fuck out of something. God, time's been weird.
So that was 2018. And then I remember. That was 2019 CanCon, was it?
Yeah, 2019 CanCon.
CanCon was in like January, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Early that January 2019. That was before the GHB 2019. And so I think we actually came up with the plan for that list like in our Hungry Jacks after we'd just been to at the store. So my friends went to Hungry Jacks and were like, all right, we gotta think of something because nothing's working with KO right now. Let's throw something at this.
Yep.
Evocators.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep.
Well, the
At
other
that
thing
point-
was just the 14 Thunderers. Because no one thought about that before.
Yeah,
then.
no one had ever done it. Yeah.
The Thunder Slingshot, yeah. Honestly, that was just a thing I developed with slowly just playing in the store and just like going, wait, hang on, I could just charge here and then run out and then
I think people have realised that. It's
get
just, I think
sucked.
before then, no one had really thought, I can put 14 in a frigate with a chemist.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to just 10 or like 15 and no chemist.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There was a stroke of genius.
Bring back that old forgotten rule. They're like, technically you can run units at under strength. You just have to pay the points, but you just run less models. And like, why would you ever do that? Why would anyone do that? I'm like,
when you can't
but
fit
if I
ship.
in this one instance.
But I remember when CanCon happened because I don't think I was massively aware of it. Like, I think I was aware that it was like happening and it was a big tournament. But Hayden, you messaged me, and it must have been at like 3 a.m. or something, my time. And then, because obviously the UK is behind, so then I woke up in the morning. I was like, all these messages from Hayden, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, you were then Hayden had messaged me on like during game 3 or 4, like to say, this guy that no one's ever heard of is doing, at least not internationally anyway. Like, I assume in Australia people would have heard of you, but like this guy's doing really well with KO, and like this is not long after, the GH. It was basically 6 months after the GHB and 2.0 come out, and people had basically said the world had ended.
Yeah.
And then it was being live streamed. Was it being live streamed by the Honest Wargamer?
Yes, it was. I was in that live stream saying really dumb shit the entire time.
Okay.
Just, it was bad. So bad.
So I'm not sure what time it was. I think by the time Game 5 was on, or not long after, it was like a reasonable time in the UK potentially. I can't really remember. But I remember you messaged me about it, being really excited, and then I was like, right, I've got to go and watch this.
I was losing my mind. I was like, oh my god! Someone's doing really fucking well!
I just told my girlfriend, I've just got to go and watch this. And she, I think she even got a little bit excited for me. Like, someone else was doing well with KO.
Isn't that nice?
Weird.
But there was probably one of the first times I've actually like screamed at my phone when I wasn't playing a dumb phone game. I was like, when you made that unfortunate frigate mistake, I was like, no, like, so like, fuck. Yeah, and like even Rob was like, he's made the mistake, and I was like, fuck. But it was a good game though, really good game.
Yeah, God, Corn. I was even for the game 3 against the IDNet, like that, like I was. So we found out who we were playing on the night previously, and I looked at the door and was like, at 1-3 games, I was like, I'm doing really well. I wonder who I'm going to fight next day. It's the Australian Master. Oh fuck. Well,
what a good time.
Fun while lasted.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you put up a real good fight, and that was what mattered, because obviously you put KO more under the periscope, so to speak. Especially with new list builds and new tactics that you can use. Because like I'd never used my frigate. I'd barely ever used my Thunderers. Fuck all. So
By that point, I think I'd started using the frigates more because they went down in points, and even the other had gone down in points as well. It was just like basically at that point, the ship was and always had been just a method of moving troops around. Like it was just a car for the clowns to get out of. So it's just like, well, the frigate is a cheaper car that does the same.
Basically, holds the same amount of people.
Because mostly what you were putting in was riggers and skywardens that didn't take up space for a lot of people.
Well, For me, my main thing was drops. So like I was trying to get as many drops as I could down, so I could dictate who takes first turn. Because usually back then, like 2018, whatever, like, I try and get my opponent to go second so that he had to move forward to get into range of me, and then I could. But there was always a risk with that, which means that they could spread out if they knew I was going to drop my clown card.
Yeah.
I never even considered using the frigate. So you opened up a whole new world.
Like, I had always gone with the Ironclad originally because it was obviously you could build a 2-drop list with that. Without a battalion. And then I think I switched to the frigate later on because I think just generally with meta changes and stuff, not long after Gristlegore come out, because this is Gristlegore. When I can't remember when they come out, but it seemed like a lot of the top things in the meta were like 4-drops, and Tzeentch was nerfed long ago before that, wasn't it? Tzeentch had just
but it was still good.
But not
Tzeentch kind of followed out to Dector, just
because when we first come out, like Tzeentch was really good, as we were.
It was disgusting.
And then
absolutely disgusting.
I guess they probably had some of the same problems we did with nerfs and stuff.
I think originally KO was kind of came out as like the answer to Tzeentch, like because we had all this anti-character, anti-flying, anti-magic stuff. We were the Tzeentch is really powerful. How do we stop this?
Well, we would
KO.
Yeah, and like Tzeentch is meant to be like KO's arch enemy and vice versa.
Yeah.
To an extent, I think. I mean, at some point, I noticed like the meta had shifted a bit, and you could get away with like 3-drops. It felt like that's partly why I started using the frigate. So yeah, after CanCon, was that when we started doing the podcast? Sometime after then.
Oh, I think it was after CanCon. I don't remember. It was a long time ago now.
That's when I joined you guys, because I was referred to you guys by AOS Shorts. You told me about you, Hayden. And it was just kind of like joined you guys, and it's been fun.
I guess so. It wasn't that long after that, but then
it wasn't that long.
No, I was going to say after we started doing the podcast, that then Alex in Canada, the other Alex, won a tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Before CanCon, I remember there was also a guy in.
Sorry, could you?
There was a guy in Japan who won a tournament. But
that's right.
I can't remember when that was.
That was before CanCon, but he never really talked to other people about it, did he?
He didn't. Because
TGA.
Because the Japanese community, at least this tournament, was so small. I don't know.
I think it was only 20. It was 24 players or something like that. Is what I think I remember.
Yeah, but no, he wasn't too vocal about his win, which is quite unfortunate, really, because as I said, at the time it wasn't. We weren't really doing that well. But I don't really remember much about it.
I think he was the first major Kharadron Overlords player, like who actually won his event, and everyone was like, just
oh my god,
how? And he just kind of.
Yeah, I think that must have been after 2.0 because he had a Mornar list, I think, which focus on like
that's
the
right. He did have a Mornar list,
and I think he might have even had Brock, so he could like run, shoot, and charge.
He did. He ran Brock. I remember that. He ran Brock.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
God.
But that must have been after 2.0 because if not, there wouldn't have been any reason to do that. Like it must have been because of the.
I'm drawing a blank here. I don't remember.
I can't remember the exact time, but it was a relatively small tournament, and I think it was the first like sort of GT in Japan. So I think that's probably why it didn't get a huge amount of press or
attention.
Sort of attention. And then it was kind of like we had all that negativity, with the 2018 sort of GHB and 2.0, and then in a short space of time, there was like a couple of tournament like good results for KO, because there was the Japan one, and then there was obviously your CanCon result, and then Alex Pipadu in Canada won his tournament. I can't remember exactly when that was. I should be able to find out actually, because we did.
I have the memory of a dead rat. I cannot remember even when my birthday
I'm
was.
I'm just gonna look on the channel because we did the show a week afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We did a big interview on it. That was actually a good episode. Yeah, but because obviously last year was the past 2 years were a fucking whirlwind for me. So obviously I was out of the game for a lot of it, dealing with family shit, work stuff, whatever. But I always kept track of what was going on, especially with KO. Because even though I was jumping between armies like a man changes his underwear, I still had my foot in the game for KO. I even played Beasts of Chaos for a bit there.
Oh wow, nice.
That was a lot of miniatures. Never have I ever owned that many models in one army, and I regretted it. I mean, like they were a cool army. Like they did some cool stuff. I liked them, but it was just the amount of models, and I always just missed the shooting phase. I always missed having a smaller force, but being able to do more stuff. It was great. But no, But apart from Alex in Canada, I don't really remember if there was any other big releases. Oh, sorry, any big releases. Any big top placings.
Well,
it
was 7 months ago that he won, which is 7 months from now. So that was actually quite a bit later then. That was sort of 4 months.
Yeah. Yeah, because you also have to bear in mind that around these times was when we were getting the massive influx of battle times. So, Flesh Eaters, Skaven, Slanesh, Fire Slayers, you name it. So, obviously, our old book, even though we weren't shit, we still really struggled to maintain our place in this ever-changing...
There was power creep, basically.
Pardon me?
There was power creep, basically, wasn't there?
It was, and we couldn't maintain our placing, at least if stats or anything to be believed, which I do.
Yeah.
There was a bit, I mean, you got the activation you got FAC. That was a huge game changer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Slanesh.
And Slanesh, and now OBR.
Yeah. Let's go back to tournament results you mentioned just then. Obviously, there was Gary took KO to Masters, which I assume must have been in 2017, before most of the nerfs.
Yes, because he had an interview with Dan Shorts.
Yeah.
About it.
Because that kind of cemented. Because I think he came third at Masters, and obviously must have done well out beforehand. So I think that kind of cemented KO as being a top tier army. That kind of confirmed that we were good before we got all the nerfs.
Yep.
So that's why we were riding that high partially, and then all the nerfs came in succession, and
people just gave up hope a bit.
Yeah,
it's fine. It came back.
Then it's kind of weird. We kind of had after we'd had all of the nerfs, then we had that spate of good tournament results, and they weren't. It wasn't like when a new army comes out and 5 out of the top 10 in every tournament is one particular faction. It wasn't like that, but we were like an outlier.
Yeah,
that was every now and then would just surprise the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sorry, you carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say the best I ever did with KO was what was it? It was a 4th placing at New Zealand's. At that time, it was New Zealand's largest tournament to date.
Yeah.
My pride and joy, that one. Actually, I've got the painting medal up there. There you go.
Nice.
Show it off to the team.
Yes.
Yep, because I got best painted. Yeah. I've still got this. Fuck you, Sean Tubman. There you go. No, eh?
Oh, what was that model?
No, it was literally just a medal.
Ah, heck, nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. The fun story though is that I didn't really win it. That's the thing. So like essentially, I think it was like 2 or 3 events. No, like it was two events in a row where I had got an equal painting votes with another dude. So we had to roll off the dice.
Oh.
So you got it? Yeah, no, I won the dice for this one. So. Yeah, but
if you got one each, that's quite fair.
Yeah.
The only painting event I've ever won was a little local one at the store, and I won it because I was the only one there with a painted army. Default.
Yeah, but like fun story about that event actually, because so I went on my first round, played against Zinch, and I trashed the play. Sorry, I can't say that. Sorry, that's really mean. But I beat them, major, got another major, and then I think it was my third game was against James Page, who won CanCon this year. And even back then he was a monster, just taking out every single event, and he took out that event as well. And he so because Clown Car was the counter to Zinch, and this particular battle plan, if I had looked at the board and if I'd looked at how he had deployed it, I would have been like, sweet, cool. I need to take first turn and just swamp him, just drop it down so he can't move, so he can't get to the other objectives and take them, and just focus him down and just shoot the shit out of him. But I was cocky from my wins, and I was like, hey, do you know what? You can take first turn. He's like, are you sure about that? And I was like, yes. And then it all just went, it just completely went to fuckery. And I was like, instantly, I was like, I made a mistake. Yeah, that was bad. I still hold a grudge against him to this day. No, I'm kidding. I love James. But but apart from that, then after that, I won my last 2 games at an event, and I ended up getting 4th. Yeah, but I mean, if I'd won that game, I probably wouldn't have gotten 4th anyway. Because my 4th game was against a Stormcast Vanguard list.
Back when that was.
Nah, it wasn't that great. No.
Vanguard
So it was actually
never that great.
So it's like the Vanguard does the crossbows and shit. Eh?
So it wasn't back when Vanguard wing could drop 3 inches away, was it?
It wasn't a Vanguard wing.
No,
it was the literal chamber of Vanguard. It was an entire army of them, and it was actually it was alright. He did pretty well in the game, but I just moved the arena, shut everything up. And then my last game was against a good friend of mine who played Death back before they had any battle tomes of note. And just and won that one, and got 4th. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
And I've not attended a tournament with KO since, so any competitive opinion I have is bullshit. Do not listen to me.
But to be fair, there's not many people going to tournaments right now, anyway.
No, true.
Not really.
I mean,
I was going to go to one in Victoria soonish, I think. It's being cancelled. Everything's been cancelled. It's good.
Yeah. Bobo,
you don't want to go outside.
Was meant to be at the end of May. Was meant to be Bobo, which I had tickets for. I don't know what's happening. I assume it's being hopefully rescheduled to some
end
point.
Of May, maybe.
Someone messaged the guy and he said he's looking to reschedule it.
It's very it's still very close.
But I mean, the thing is, even if it does go ahead, it's like I can't play practice games, and I've actually
not really.
Like I've not had many games with the new.
There's a way to do it, and that's the tabletop simulator. I've been watching live games on the Discord, the AOS Coach Discord. If anyone wants to join, I'll see if Anthony can put up a link somewhere.
I'm in that Discord. To be honest, I haven't watched any of the live streams on it because I mean a lot of the stuff seems to happen because it's most people on there seem to be in the southern hemisphere, so a lot of the stuff seems to happen at the wrong sort of time for me. Like people are awake, either at work or asleep or something.
Yeah, like a lot of the time it's actually guys from America and Canada. A few Australians and 2 New Zealanders. That's myself and Kharadron King. Yeah, but no, it's pretty entertaining. It's usually me just saying really weird shit, and guys find it funny. So
I need to look into Tabletop Simulator, because if it's a way of getting some practice games in with this new battle tone, then that'd be handy.
Oh no, yeah. I just wish I had a laptop.
Yeah.
We spoke briefly about what we us two have been doing with our stay-at-home hobby. What have you been up to?
Well, I painted. Well, yeah. At the beginning of the lockdown, because we went into lockdown a little bit later than the UK, I believe. I literally painted everything I needed to paint for my KO within 2 or 3 days. So I was like, fuck, I was like, I got nothing to do. But I've gone back and I've done battle damage on my ironclad and my gun horse. Work in progress. I don't really know if I like it or not. Because like before that I was just doing like sponge shit and I didn't really like it, But then because my good friend Sloan, he's an amazing painter. I've talked to him before. And his
army was on a Warhammer Community article, so
yes.
Yeah.
And that army is now owned. Yeah, and that army is now owned by yours truly, Sean fucking Tubman. So
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, he gives me so much shit. Like I'll be like putting something up on the chat. It's like, oh, that's nice bit of damage. Do you want to see mine? I'm like, fuck off. But he's doing painting tutorials now on YouTube, and he posted up one for quick battle damage. I was like, that's fantastic. I'm gonna try it, and I did. I'm not going to show it to you because the lighting's shit in here. But But I've just seen I did make some objective markers because I was bored. Out of spare bits, so, sky mines and whatnot.
Wait.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go. You know that kind of shit, the skulls and guns and whatnot. I made a few of those because that was my tradition back when I had KO and Beast Claw Raiders. I used to make custom objective markers, so I might start painting them tomorrow. Actually, now I think of it.
That's a nice little fun project you can do quite quickly as well.
Because and there's just so many excess random little bits in the kits for KO. There's guns, there's boxes, there's sky mines that you're never going to use because sky wouldn't suck ass.
Yeah. Wow.
But what else have I done? I've painted partially an a Chaos Knight Helverin that I just had for some reason. Back when I played 40k for a little bit, I had a wee phase. So I didn't like it for good reason. But yeah, I did that.
It's not as fun when the opponent also has guns.
Yeah. This guy, he's all converted and shit like that.
You know what that looks like to me? That looks a little bit like a Gargan.
Yeah, tiny. Well, it's actually roughly this. Oh no, that's a bit smaller. But yeah, here's the other one.
Is that are those the big knights or little knights?
Little knights, Helverin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've put because I've got this mountain of bits here. I would show it to you, but obviously I can't bother moving. But got Nurgle bits on it. Got like Chaos Spawn spikes. Got heaps of big Beast of Chaos bits. So I just chucked a whole bunch of them on, and yeah, it's worked well so far. I can't be fucked painting them though. Because 40k can lick my balls.
Yeah.
Well, that's just down to personal preference.
Well, if you've got nothing else to do, how are your stocks of Null Oil holding up?
Here's a fun story. So I ran out of Agrax Earthshade real quick. And I was like, fuck. So here's what I did to make a substitute. I mixed. Okay, so here it is, my substitute Agrax Earthshade.
Yeah.
So I mixed Seraphim Sepia. That's what I mixed up. Athonian Camo Shade, a tiny bit of Null Oil that I had in a pot, and some Reichland Fish. I just mixed it all up. and I've pretty much made Agreg's Earth shade.
I just made this dirty brown shade.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't look that great to be honest, but it does the job.
I did have a go at my own washes.
Yeah, there is actually a way of doing it. You just have to find the
happy medium. Use them much, so they.
Oh right, yeah.
Sediment at the bottom where they need a good shake. It's like a brown, and that's like a normal that I made, and I did them originally when I made my table because putting like the whole table was painted, and using GW paints on that table would have been very expensive.
Fuck that.
Some acrylic medium, like a massive pot of it, and I had some old inks because I went originally I was like an art student back in the day, so I had like some inks and that were like really old and sitting around. I tried using them and a bit of washing up liquid and some deionized water or whatever it's called, but they were okay. Seemed to work.
Yeah,
but don't use models because they're not that consistent. They just tend to dry a bit shiny. Maybe too much.
Oh, glossy, yucky.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting for lockdown to lift so I can get myself the last bits I actually want for KO. So what I need is I need 20 more Arcanauts and one more Navigator, and I'll be happy for now.
Yeah.
Until maybe when the GHB comes out and they make Skyward Wardens 90 points, and I'm like, oh.
So what have you got built and painted now? What's your
all up? Yep. Oh fuck. Well, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. So I've got 20 Arcanauts painted. So that's all I got. 10 Thunderers, the Underworld's Warband because they're cool. 12 Engine Riggers.
Yeah.
I've got a Navigator. I've got my Engine Master with dirigible suit, and I've got an Engine Master with the the
on foot
hammer one. I've got another one, and I'm trying to find it in this pile of shit, and I just can't. It's driving me insane. I've been trying to find him for like a week because I just want to paint Kara so bad. I've got and apart from that, I've got 2 gun haulers and an ironclad paint.
Okay.
And that's all I've got. I mean, I do want to get a frigate, and this is the slippery slope of wanting to get everything in the army.
Yeah.
And well, in the end, that's what I'm going to end up doing. I mean, there's no point in lying to myself. I know I'm going to get every single thing that I can.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to in the end.
Yeah. So you got
enough to have one of every model.
Yeah, you got enough to play 2,000 points, but your slippery slope now is if you want to try out different lists and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the moment, I can try out at least 2 of the lists that I've been using. So we've talked about it before, but So the Sean list or the Shawnar list, I'm starting to call it now.
Shawnar.
Yep. The Shawnar list and my and my Grunstock escort wing list as well, which is what a lot of people are taking. I've seen, and Zilfin as well. I think I've seen a few, which is interesting. Yeah. So obviously I've taken those 2 lists. The Iron Sky Command and the Grunstock escort wing, and that's all I've got.
Yeah. And you can do the different combinations as well. Like you've got the stuff there. If you want to do Iron Sky Commander and Zilfin as well, you can. Yeah.
Well, that's what I've been thinking of doing. So I'm trying to get away from the Shawnar list.
Yeah.
Just because it's a net list, and I'm like, it's a good list, but it takes a bit of getting used to.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess
anyway.
The other thing is spells. Like you kind of need to have some spells in your arsenal these days.
Well, that's the thing though, because I only ever used Spell in the Bottle once when I was just trialing it out. And obviously I didn't have a Warp Lightning Vortex, so I just used my mate's Scuttle Tide. And it actually worked a little bit, but
it does.
It just didn't really have that much of an impact on the game.
No. I mean, Scott Tide's only. I mean, it depends on the spell. Different spells will have different impacts.
Well, exactly that. Well, I mean, my mind is open, so that's why I will be getting. Oh fuck! Now there's more things I need to get. I will be getting a Warp Lightning Vortex just because I want to have that variety, as you said, especially when the tournament season starts kicking off again. in New Zealand.
The problem is you need to, if you want to get these spells, you have to buy the set, but you only want to use one spell out of the set of 3.
Basically.
And
it's cool for painting and whatnot.
Yeah, the 3 or 4 top spells are like the Warp Lightning Vortex, the Realm Scourge Rupture, and the Dark Fire, whatchamacallit? Demon Rift.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that too.
Yeah. So.
Oh god, so many spells I need to get now.
Yeah, so you're just going to end up with lots and lots of these spells that you're not going to use, like the extra 2.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know? No rest for the wicked, as they say.
All right.
You're back. Welcome back, Alex.
Having some real battery issues. So
do you like a found footage documentary?
It's the Blair Witch Project. I've got the phone hooked up to the computer, but it's this program, this streaming thing's taking up so much battery.
Is it using more battery than it's actually charging?
Yep, we're at 1%. So I'm going to try something here.
Holy shit!
We need more power.
Go, save yourself.
I've got an external battery. I'm going to try and switch this over real quick. If I drop out,
that's all right. We'll wait for you.
Well, if it's anything like my phone will go to 1% battery and then stay on it for like an hour because it just doesn't know how much battery it's got properly.
Yeah, still alive. Still alive.
Good. So like my phone charger port's completely fucked. Yeah. So like whenever I plug it in, it's an S9. Is it? Or is it an S8? Fuck knows. But anyway, I forgot. I'm old. But you're like so like you plug it in, but then you have to push it down for it to actually start charging. And like if you move it, it just goes.
You have to have the exact right angle. Yeah.
Yep, to get it to charge. And even then, like it could be like 5 hours. And I'm like, fucking what?
Yeah.
I want to watch Stranger Things.
Yeah. Have you tried, like, I'd recommend doing it when the phone's turned off, just getting a paper clip and just shove it in there and just put.
I do.
Yeah, you'll get loads of fluff out. I don't know where that stuff comes from.
Oh, yeah.
But.
The ether is where it comes from.
Yeah. Ether fluff.
The fucking ether. The abyss. Cthulhu's fucking realm.
Yeah.
The ancient city of Rillier.
Yeah. Asmund in the chat says he highly recommends getting 3+ gun haulers and the Everbase Comet as well, which is
nowadays,
I've already got that, so that's probably why I didn't really feel the need to mention it because I don't have to worry about buying it.
Tempting me! Stop it! Yeah. Don't tempt me, Frodo!
Yeah.
I don't need things that I was even thinking about today, going, I could also get 2 more start collecting boxes.
Well, that's the thing I mentioned earlier.
I mean, it gives you extra Thunderers, and you get some more Balloon Boys, and I have 2
more gun haulers.
And then you can never have too many Endon Riggers on foot.
Yeah.
Hey, you get 5 of them.
Story.
Yeah.
Here's a fun story. So I had a 3rd gun hauler because I had the Ether War box and the 2 start collectings.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got this extra gun hauler, I don't really want to build it. So I sold it to Sean Tubman for cheap as fuck. But I didn't have any money. So I was like, and I was hungry as fuck. I was like, bro, can you just buy me a massive feed from KFC? So I did whole hobby hobo at its finest. Yeah, fucking got a free feed at KFC.
That's the barter system right there.
That is Trader McKinney's right there, mate.
I'm supposed to be like good at like commerce and trading and business.
Hey, that was some fantastic KFC, mate. Got me a bucket and everything. I hate so much chicken.
There's just a down this luck Arcanaut just throws a boat at some guys like, just buy me some grog.
Yeah, just give me some ale. Come on, this guy. Come here, big boy.
I'll give you a gun hauler.
Yeah. I'll give you a gun hauler for a bucket of chicken. Shitty, greasy Palmerston North fucking snaggletooth chicken. Oh, it was good though. And the worst part is that I can eat these big buckets like that usually. Like I eat the whole thing in a sitting because I don't know where I put it. I'll be in my ass. or my mouth because I talk shit so much. But like honestly, I can just eat so much. But I think we should get back on the topic.
Yeah.
We've gone on a bit of a tangent here.
We have.
So anyway,
that's fine,
the history of Kharadron Overlords.
Back to it.
I mean, we covered most stuff now, except for the recent history of the new battle tome.
I mean, so before this battle tome came out, so this for the last CanCon, the CanCon 2020, the battle tome came out a week before lists were due.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole time before that, this new ally had come out actually that I was testing out and putting in my list. It was Gotrek. Gotrek was a big thing. We're putting him on our list, and like he was really good because Gotrek's big weakness is maneuverability. He can't move around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's KO. So you just put him in front of your Arcanauts and go, "I'm not going to move. You're going to come to me, or I'm going to shoot you."
Yeah. The other big thing was Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Tempest
people.
Yeah.
Tempest
There's a little bit of temptation for people there, I think. Obviously you couldn't run full KO. And when did Mercenaries come out?
Mercenaries, that's right.
That was Malign something or other.
That was the second one.
The second one. It
was Forbidden Power.
Forbidden Power. That's
when Skelly Boatman came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bridge.
I tried Mercenaries. I tried the Ghouls. They were all right.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you.
You know,
why would you do this?
Because you got your Kharadron Overlord Order Army and you put your death models in it. Well, nowadays,
no, not doing it. No.
Hey, I mean, have you heard of the new Giants? You heard of the new Giants, Hayden?
Yeah, I have.
That can get allied into anybody.
I mean, it's a cool idea. It is a cool idea, but I would have rather have it's me being a salty cunt, and I mean, I see the good in it. Obviously, just let people play with their toys. That's fine, but it just breaks my immersion just a tiny bit, even though they are mercenaries, and that's cool.
Oh, you're gonna love my army idea.
Will I?
Oh yeah, your immersion is just gonna be like peak.
Jesus, I'm looking forward to
it. You get back thing, right? And then as your Dwarven unit, you have your health cannon, obviously. Like, what else would you take? And then you take your mercenary company of ghouls, and then you put your giant ally in there, and now you've got the Order, Death, Destruction, and Chaos army.
I would literally
the greatest yeah.
It would be horrible. Absolutely bloody horrible. But you do you, man. You do you. But Giants are going to be great. I'm probably going to get them because obviously in 40k I love Knights. I've always traditionally loved big, low model count armies. I'll still be playing KO though, obviously. But I do want a Gargan army.
You're not going to abandon us like Daniel did?
Or like every other time I've quit playing KO in the past couple of years. No. I'm keeping this army no matter how poor I get. Because I am the hobby hobo. But I've put too much effort in painting them. I think, I like the battle time, so I'm good.
You've reached that breaking point.
Yeah, I've reached that point where I'm like, I can't be fucked. Putting it on Trade Me and setting it off somewhere. Especially right now because I can't post anything, so that's great.
Is your postal system gone down too?
Well, it is, but it isn't. So I put in stuff to post to a mate up in Auckland a little, literally just before lockdown, and it just never left. So it's still sitting there at the post office essentially. I haven't posted it because I can't because all that's closed down. The extra I live, so so I'm
international.
Sorry, Ron. Your daughters are there. They're waiting for you. They will be sent off as soon as it opens up again.
Sounds like a scam, Ron. Go on, get your money back.
No.
Report him on PayPal.
No. He's a really cool guy in Auckland, New Zealand. He's actually on the AOS Coach Discord now. I saw him today. I was like, hey, buddy. No, he's a real cool dude. He's got an amazing Warhammer collection. Like, you should see this fucking thing. Like, I was there like 3 years ago, just before my son was born, and we had a game with KO, funnily enough, actually. And oh god, it's just shelves and shelves and shelves of Titans and shit. It was amazing. Yeah,
I do like Titans.
He's bought a few of my armies though. Old Ron Gold. He's bought a few armies off me. I've bought some stuff off him in the past. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, they're waiting for you. They will be sent off hopefully soon. Anyway, carrying on. The KO Battle Time and release.
The new book. Oh man, the hype was real.
The big thing was, even before it came out, for about a year beforehand, people kept going, "Oh, there'll be a new battle tome soon."
Yeah, and I was like, nah.
And it was like for ages beforehand, people kept saying, "Oh, we need a new battle tome. We need a new battle tome. We'll get it soon."
Yeah.
I think
we definitely did.
But yeah, for a long time, people were predicting it, and then when they finally, I can't remember what was the first thing that really teased it.
It was it the New Year stream or the New Year post, or was it a Christmas post?
There wasn't anything like a Hammerhall Herald thing. I think there may
have been. I don't
remember.
Of those.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of those that mentioned like Kharadron's trading with things and.
Yeah, so something like that. I don't remember per se. Yeah,
but then all of a sudden it's just like just after Christmas that it was just all of a sudden it was on the stream or it was on a community article or something. It's like, oh, this new thing's coming, and to be honest,
we instantly did. Yeah, we instantly did a reaction to it.
Yeah, there wasn't that long between them announcing it and it actually being out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was. Yeah.
We did our wish listing and predictions video, some of which came true, most of which didn't.
Yeah.
No.
None of which did. None of it did.
I can't really remember. We'd have to go back on.
We talked about Zombex. There you go.
Yeah, we didn't get them.
Yeah, we didn't get them. Fuck's sakes.
Yeah, we didn't get
I think one of our allegiance abilities will be that our boats can shoot twice. Yep, that's a thing that we are going to have for sure, definitely.
Oh, that would have been so good.
We must have talked about garrisoning though.
Yeah, we did.
I think I did talk about
it. Yeah, we did.
Said it wouldn't be that, like you wouldn't be able to do much, and obviously you can, although you can't use any abilities.
Well, you wouldn't surely you can't. They're not just going to let it be garrison because that would allow you could fight out of the boats. You could.
Yeah.
It's just people can shoot out of the boats, but it's not technically a garrison. Otherwise, there'd be all this kind of weird stuff. And we're like, nope, that's what they're going with.
Yeah, it's just all the weird stuff.
Yes, there was a lot of weird stuff.
There was so much weird stuff.
That reminds me, there is. Here's a question for you: what happens if a KO boat tries to garrison the new Seraphon terrain?
You can garrison your garrison inside the garrison.
And then what happens if a unit that's in the boat tries to get out? Do they just get out of straight onto the table, or do they end up inside the Seraphon terrain?
They can't get in the Seraphon terrain because they can only have 20 wounds. But your ship has only got 18 wounds.
That's a good point.
Yeah, what if
I was trying to think about it.
What if it's a gun hauler? Like
a gun hauler could.
You can put your You can put your 40 wound unit inside the 18 wound unit, and then put the 18 wound unit inside the Lizardman Temple, which is totally fine, and then just rush and dole it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually a really good point.
There's all sorts of questions for this.
That's bizarre.
We were talking about this in WhatsApp the other day. Like, what happens if you're in it, and then what happens if your chemist is inside a ship and inside the Seraphon terrain, and then you
tries to get out.
And then you cast an ender spell.
No, you spell in the bottle for either for the Dias Arcanum. Like, where do you sell them? And stuff like this. It's just
The entire temple lifts into the sky.
You put the Deus Ex on top. I don't know.
That's actually a great idea. I like that.
You can...
I think realistically, what actually happens is like the Age of Sigmar rulebook just kind of glitches and just breaks a little bit.
He goes.
Yeah. There'll be a glitch in the Matrix, and
yeah,
create what's his face, the Agent Smith will be created.
And like Jervis Johnson will personally come up to you and slap you in the face.
Agent Johnson.
Go back to England.
What have you done?
But the other question was, what happens if horrors split while in there?
Then,
like, if there's 20 horrors in there, and then they
there's
split.
so many questions that need answering with that.
The conclusion we come to was they probably can't split, but in theory,
well, I mean, I'd assume that once the unit in that so the unit in the Realm Sphere engine, once it reaches 20, the guys will have to start going outside of it. If they're getting...
but it's the same unit.
Then the models that are outside it, because the unit is garrisoned, then that means the models that are inside it get cover and -1 to hit. The guys outside, because it applies to the unit.
Yeah.
Does the whole unit get kicked out? It's things like this. It broke the world, and now we're all stuck inside.
Right.
It's your fault.
This is why we said garrisoning should not happen. And now we're living it. Oh dear.
Oh god. But yeah, so the KO book dropped. We head up, and the fucking shit show it was. Oh, it was very exciting for me. I was absolutely stunned. I was one of the first to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, because I live in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Well, I had a tournament the day that it came out.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, so I had to play, unfortunately, with the old book. I mean,
that's
swings and roundabouts, but because obviously we had no time to make a list or practice it. But...
Yeah. But and all I remember is just constantly being on the Facebook page, just moderating and removing comments and blah blah blah, and just trying to tell people to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
But it's the initial reaction was just because the initial reaction to the book was just like, "This is terrible. This is worse than the old book."
Anti-synergy, drink, boo.
Yeah.
And it was cunts getting drunk. But after a while, I mean, after time, but as I predicted, give it time, give people the opportunity to start making lists and playing them out the table, because there's no point in trying to judge a book when you haven't actually put it on the table. And that's what I say about every single army. And like, for example, I was on the Seraphon Facebook page, and there was some shit going down when that book was released or previewed. Even when it was previewed. Like, there were dudes saying, "Oh, they nerfed us to shittery, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just going, look, just wait for the book to come, wait for the book to release. Yeah, and now that book is bent, in my opinion.
Well, because that's the other thing, because we haven't done a podcast in a while, a show in a while, we haven't talked about Bastillodons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That monstrosity.
Yeah. And even before it got FAQ'd and confirmed, I kind of knew how it would end up, like how it should be, like rules as written. I didn't think they'd actually FAQ it like that. Yeah. I thought they'd realise they'd made a mistake.
Nope.
No, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Bastillodons, that is going to be a big threat, especially if you are taking Ironclad running around. Seraphon are going to be interesting to deal with.
The way we need to deal with, you need to put mortal wounds on that thing first.
Yeah.
Which means Phosphex bomblets. Phosphex bomblets, endless spells. You're going to have to throw some Kharadron Overlord artifacts at that thing. And just take out put it down to a 2+ save, then you can shoot it.
And then you can render it out. But the other thing is, with Seraphon, is Coalesced, which what is it, -1 damage?
Yeah, that's going to affect us a lot, actually, because we have so many damage 2 weapons on our boats. All those carbines are damage 2.
Yeah, all those things we were happy about, all those things that were like, oh, they changed that to damage 2. That's great.
That's fucking gross.
Back to normal.
It sucks. But I mean, obviously, we haven't seen it yet because we haven't had the opportunity. So,
not really.
Which is why I'm kind of terrified.
Yeah.
Because after this lockdown period, there's going to be some fucking weird lists coming out.
Yeah, the meta's going to be really shaken up because people are going to be getting out their sort of projects that they shelved or couldn't be bothered to work on because a lot of the time people are working to deadlines. Like, I've got to have something for the next tournament, and so I can get this ready, and I haven't got time to get that ready, and so that thing that's sitting on the shelf doesn't get worked on a lot of the time by people.
Yeah.
And now it is going to be worked on, and there's going to be some crazy stuff.
There'll be this one madman who's he's spent this entire lockdown just stewing on the list, just writing list, making this ultimate list. And then finally he's released into the world, and this just snowballs through a tournament.
Or it will take so long for the lockdowns to alter end that a key component of his list will get FAQ'd or something else will come out, and it won't work anymore.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we're not far off when, like, a new GHB should come out.
It should. June, July.
Yeah.
June, July, yeah.
So the question is if that's actually still going to happen.
Yeah. And then if it does, will it have points in it?
Everything will be pushed back. I mean, it's obvious it's the right thing to do. That's fine.
Well, I don't mind. You say that, but they're not pushing back Sons of Behemoth and all these other and the elves.
Are you sure?
They're still announcing them.
I mean, they're announcing them.
Yeah, they're announcing them.
Maybe they
but they haven't given us a release date.
Yeah, so maybe they won't come out yet. Who knows?
Because they're not going to just release everything that's been announced over this lockdown period in 1 week, because no one's going to be able to buy all that. It's a terrible business decision.
Well, they're not going to release it while they can't sell it either. Although they can take pre-orders, I assume. So maybe they'll do that.
They're not taking pre-orders at the moment.
They're not?
No. So their whole store is shut down, which is good.
All the FL, no one can restock.
They are selling vouchers, though.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
So they might do pre-orders because they're just not shipping anything. So they might do pre-orders.
This is the closest thing to a 10% off sale that Games Workshop has ever done.
It's not even 10%, it's like 9%, because you spend 100 and then you get 10. So it's
how much
10. For every $100 you spend, you get $10 free.
Yes, so you end up with $110. So of your total amount, like, it's not quite 10%. You get 10% back, you don't get 10% off. Like, if you're going to buy something for $110, you're getting $10 off it.
Yeah.
Swings around about, so, like,
I don't
1% difference.
buy Games Workshop Direct, so...
No, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, you get that 10% off, or 9 point whatever percent you want to say it is. It's still not as cheap as getting it 20% off somewhere else.
This has really pushed me towards like some of the FLG, the local game stores and the online retailers like Emerald. Here in Australia, anyway, we've got Emerald Hobbies and something called Emperor.
Yep.
That sell sell your GW, but at discounted prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we've got Mighty Ape here. We've got a really good dude. He's down in Carpety. And he runs a Carpety Hobbies, and he goes above and beyond, expectations for his service. Like if he says something will be at your door the next day, it will 80 to 90% be at your door the next day.
Cool.
He is that fucking good. And the thing is that he and his wife, they own a pharmacy as well, and it's the same building.
Yeah.
So so right now he can still send out stuff as long as it's in stock, but they have to buy pharmaceuticals as well. So he's doing that. He's dealing with the pandemic, the pharmacy fuck, he's under a lot of hard work right now, and he does, he puts in 100% effort. So I pretty much always buy from him now, even if it is a little bit more expensive.
If you want to buy like a start collecting set, you just have to buy that and then and can I have a packet of paracetamol as well, please? And then it's fine. That's what you have to do.
Yep, that's how he's gotten around it.
That's brilliant.
But I mean, but the thing is that in the end, a lot of people are literally needing stuff from the pharmacy anyway. So it's just
Yeah. The company.
And he's got no KO in stock.
Oh.
So I'm pissed off about that. So
is it because Tubman bought it all? Because Tubman bought it all, isn't it?
Probably he likes to fuck my life like that. Fucking bastard, hairy, fucking bald bastard.
We gotta get him
watching this, Sean.
We gotta get him on this show.
Yeah, just
we do.
Argue. Like me and Alex don't even need to be here. We just sit here and be quiet and watch you two argue.
Basically.
No, it would literally just be him just triggering me, and I'd just be getting angry as fuck. Because that's the thing, we have this group chat, and the boys just roll me up some fairs. Oh god, it's really fun. I really like it. Literally half the time we're just trading insults, and it's fun. But Sean's a really talented player. He's one of the first, probably is the first KO player with the new book to win an event. And that's why I've been using this list, because that's a really interesting list. It's really dynamic. You really have to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and what you're about, why you're doing it, really. It's all about focusing down. It's all about putting pressure on multiple ends of the board, blah, blah, blah. But he's keen to do an episode, so cool. I'll ask him tomorrow if he wants to do an episode in the near future, because, we were going to do one after his performance at the event, but obviously we just didn't do it for some reason.
Just keeps getting delayed due to sleep schedules and...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
No, that's right. I had 3 hours sleep last night, so I'm a bit... So I was fucked this morning. Absolutely fucked. I was like, nah, I can't do it.
The weird thing about the lockdown is, your sense of time and the days and stuff. This is a bit messed with.
Go to bed. What year is it?
A couple of times I just had to check what day of the week it is.
Yeah. I played Tubman at CanCon, where he was using Gloomspite, but he was one of the best, the best opponents at CanCon. Yeah, it was a really fun game.
He's a disgustingly good player. He's a very good player. He's the kind of guy that can read a book and remember all the war scrolls off by heart in a go. He's that kind of guy. He knows what your army does before you even know what it does.
He gets in your head.
It's the most annoying thing. Yep. Say again.
He gets in your head.
Yes, it's all. Yeah, he gets in your head. It's all. He's a fucking wizard. And the thing is and you've seen the guy. He doesn't look like a wargamer at all. Big, muscly, fucking bald, beard, tattoos, good-looking, macho man-looking bastard. He's a builder, and he plays with
bikey stereotype.
Yeah. No, and he just, he paints toys, and he paints toy soldiers, and that's fine. Well, actually, no, he doesn't paint them, does he, Sean?
Buzz I'll tell you who does paint models though. Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill,
yes,
he does.
Yeah,
I couldn't care any less, to be honest.
It's not AOS. He's not playing the right things, obviously.
No, he's not.
You would have thought being in the Witcher,
I get the hype.
Fantasy, but...
I get the hype around it. I really do. He's a celebrity. He's Superman. He's he's Geralt from The Witcher. He's a really good actor. And he plays Warhammer. It's like, he's another good-looking macho dude who plays Warhammer. Another thing for me to be spite. Yeah. Fucking good-looking bastard. Yeah. But But yeah, so the history of KO has been an interesting time. It's been interesting.
We started up here,
fucking roller,
went down there, and now we're back.
Coming back up.
Coming back up.
Yeah. We're slowly getting there. It's going to take more events. It's going to take more variation in lists before we actually start seeing true results. Because we've seen a few third places, a few fourth places. We've seen a first place. We've seen your performance, Alex, which is great.
Wow, I mean that was like 30th.
Yeah, but then there was SAGT.
Yeah,
We
I did
came
pretty
fourth,
well
didn't
there.
Some of that?
Yeah,
I don't remember what you did.
it was definitely up there. I won 4 out of 5 games. That was a good. That was a good.
Yeah, see? 4-1's good, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a fucking emotional roller coaster.
Yeah,
absolutely emotional roller coaster.
I guess. Well, should we round out the show? I think because we know we covered most things. Just quick, I've got a question for you both before I do. Ahiri in the chat says that the vouchers that GW are doing are also valid for Forge World. So quite handy.
Oh wow! I can buy half a model from Forge World. Yay!
I mean, it's just it's
Okay.
handy to know if you are.
I don't know how it's what kind of experience you have over in Forge World in England with your we get easy shipping. That's great. I love quick shipping. Meanwhile, over here in Australia, one morning you're looking at the Warlord Titan. It's $2,500. It's a lot, but and then the next day it's $3,000. What? Where did that come from? What? Why are the tanks $200 per tank now? You can't buy Forge World from Australia or I'm guessing New Zealand either.
Fuck no. It's even worse here. Like that Warlord Titan saying it's like $2,000 and probably like 2.5 here probably, give or take.
What about the smaller models? Like there's a couple of squat heroes. How much would they be?
Too much. I've never bought from Forge World. I hate working with resin. Absolutely despise it. I just don't like it. It's a shitty material.
I haven't bought anything from it either. But I'm sure there are plenty of people that have. So
there are.
Continuing to. So thought it'd be worth mentioning that the vouchers work.
So what was your question?
My question is from the whole history of KO. Considering there's so many highs and lows, what do you think is your favorite, like the favorite moment, the biggest high, and the worst moment, your biggest low from the history of KO?
Go on, Alex.
Oh, I'm still thinking of the word. I mean, the high is obviously that one time when I just got through CanCon somehow, and and just. It was fun. I've met got into this circle, meet a whole bunch of people I don't think I would have otherwise.
Yay!
Yeah.
The misfits.
And it's weird being at CanCon and then you see people net listing what you did. You're like, okay, that
I did a thing.
Wow, lots of evocators. The low, I mean, it was probably when the thing that annoyed me most was when they changed the anti-magic stick, because that was something that they had. Not hang on. Hang on.
D3
where is it?
2D3 3D3 plus 1?
Okay, I think it's mirrored, but the Barak Nar Etheric Navigator.
It's fine.
Yep.
The tactical article inside the KO book where they were like, hey, did you know if you use all these artifacts together, you can dispel spells at 3d6 plus 1 like 2 or 3 times a turn. And then the FAQ was like,
Nope.
Nah.
Nope.
Nah. Don't do that. It was either that or the Zilfin, the getting out before you get to move the boat for free, because that was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Which I think there's some kind of article about that as well. There's not happy, but worked around it.
Oh, my highs and lows. God, that's like my whole existence. So the high was probably when I came fourth at ValleyCon 2018. That was really great. It was my best performance at a tournament ever, apart from when I played War Machine.
War Machine.
Yep, I played War Machine competitively, well, semi-competitively for about 10 years. Anyway, that's not the hero there. Yeah, for shame, bad vampire. But and then after that, probably my low point for the KO was definitely when I had to sell that same army like a month or two later. Because of things happened in life. But I love that army. I said I was probably the first. I know I was definitely one of the first people to actually have a fully painted Kharadron Overlords army and take them to events. I know I was probably the first to actually take a full one, and I was the only one for a while. Yeah. I just loved them so much. Like literally from the moment they popped up on their reveal, I was like, boom, get. And funnily enough, actually, well, my yesterday was the day they went up for pre-order, which was the Saturday, and I must have sank $400 at least New Zealand on their first pre-order, which it turns out that I actually got double ups. So what happened was that I was on a course at the time and I was away, and I did it off my phone, and it took ages for it all to come in. And I called up Games Workshop Australia, so that's what the hub is. I was like, hey, my stuff hasn't arrived yet. Like, oh, we'll send you a new lot. We'll send you a whole new bunch. And I was like, oh yeah, sweet, cool. So literally, I got it all. But then like the day after that, it all arrived, and I was like at the first bunch, I was like, oh fuck. And then the second bunch arrived at Games Workshop Wellington, and I was like, whoops. But it all worked out in the end. It was fine. I should have just kept it all, I think.
Oh, you didn't keep it all?
No, I ended up going, I don't need it. I don't need another book, but I don't need another box of Archons. But I built that army really quick. Like literally every time it went off a pre-order, I pre-ordered it and got well over 2,000 points very quickly, and that's why I was able to attend events. Like the first event I was meant to attend with them was ValleyCon 2017, and my son was born on the day of the event, so so I couldn't really go down to because my missus, she was heavily pregnant, and I was like, babe, can I go down to Wellington for a tournament? She's like, no, you can't. It's like, fuck. But then my son was born that day, so yeah.
Wow.
But no, but anyway, sorry. Yeah, but no, yeah.
Yeah, but no,
no, tits, mate. Yeah, can't. Yeah.
I mean, I remember the video that you sent us when you first got the new book. That was great.
Oh, I love my videos. I'm always doing videos like that whenever I get new shit. It's just my thing.
That was great. What about you, Lee?
Okay. Biggest low. I'm gonna be cheeky and pick two for both because it's hard to pick one. So the biggest lows, I'm gonna pick just the general dropping of like AOS 2, specifically with the Zilfin nerf, because that's what I played. And then the other thing is just in the new book, drop Grunson. Because it's so disappointing.
I need to get him too.
He's never going to be a thing. He's just never going to be a thing.
Well, I used to use him because after the first thing I just mentioned, I went to more now, and I was doing like a run, shoot, and charge thing. And Brock Grunson was the first model I ever bought for Age of Sigmar. I bought him and 3 Engine Riggers, and that's how I started KO. And he's just rubbish.
Yeah.
They're losing.
He's
always been pretty bad, and they slowly kept dropping the points. And I thought, yes, a new book, they might fix it, but no.
It made it worse. They somehow made it worse.
They somehow made one of our worst things even worse. But I don't know. Hopefully, he'll get some points drops at some point, because in terms of like efficiency, he's not that bad. The ability is not great. But if you look past that, he's kind of shooty, kind of killy. He's just more expensive than the other guy.
Shh, It's okay. It's okay. He's never going to be a thing. I understand. I understand your pain. But
He's got mustache guns and a top hat.
I know. He's the coolest model.
I know.
Oh, fuck. He was one of the things that made me fall in love with KO.
Yeah.
It was just seeing his model pop up. I was like, oh, mustache guns.
Yeah.
That is the most ridiculously over-the-top thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I must have him.
Yeah.
And what about your highlights, Lee?
Okay, the two highlights I'm going to pick, because I'm, again, can't pick one, is one of them is taking double KO to Warhammer World Doubles tournament last year with my mech band.
Oh, yeah?
Because obviously with doubles, most people are playing different armies and that, but we played double KO, and it was 2019, after 2.0 dropped and that, so it was while KO were in, comparatively a bad place, and people were quite negative about it, so we did fairly well with it. So at the end of the first day, I just happened to just chat to, I think it's the head of the studio team or something, and he's like, "Oh, what are you playing and stuff?" I was like, "KO." I was like, "What's your partner playing?" I was like, "KO." He's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess, how's that going for you?" Like, and you could tell by the way his tone of voice changed. He was expecting me to be like, quite bad. So, no, it's 2-1 from day one, and the one was a minor loss. And actually, that was only because I miscounted the kill points.
Oh, that's right. I remember you having a yarn about that, yeah.
So, but the whole experience, though, like taking double KO to the tournament, that was really fun. So, that was cool. And then my other thing was recently when the book came out, I had that tournament at a local store on the day it came out, and I can't remember where I came in the tournament. I think it was fourth. It wasn't a very big tournament, so it doesn't really matter. But I won. They did 2 best painting competitions. One their judges, and one was a voting. I won both. So that's
nice.
Yours is a cool army, man. It's a cool army.
Thanks. But I think to win both, and then also on the day that the new book come out, that just made that day really cool. So.
Yeah.
Warm, fuzzy feelings.
Yeah. So, all the excitement of the new book, and some recognition that you've got a nice KO army. When everyone's excited about KO, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been a good ride.
Yeah. Shall we call an end of the show then?
Sure. Why not?
I don't
turning up late.
I don't think anyone. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. No one's actually watching. One person's watching at the moment, I think. But...
No one's watching it after 2.5 hours. No one wants to listen. No one wants to look at us for that long.
If you have been watching and listening for this long, let us know in the comments what your highs and lows were for KO over the time. That'd be quite cool to hear. And make sure you subscribe, because we've got 250. It'd be cool to make it 251 or 252.
Yeah.
Climbing that ladder.
Climbing that ladder.
And so we're gonna be like YouTube celebrities soon.
Well, it went up massively when the new book came out. So if they keep releasing new books, we'll keep getting new subscribers.
That's right. All we do is
keep doing it every month.
Yeah.
Just every month is Kharadron Overlords.
Just all the time.
New book.
Reminisce Overlords, but Kharadron Overlords.
Yeah, eventually I'll get the new books right. Right. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, listening, everyone. Thank you both for joining, and hope we'll do this again soon.
Yep.
Peace out.
That's my hiatus. See you guys.
My hand in the right place. It's actually in the screen.